LSU at Ole Miss. SEC matchup in Oxford. Big time game here and a big time line. Mississippi, good old Mississippi, is favored -1.5 against a top 10 LSU team. Shocked me a bit. Didn't expect this. I understand. I can see why. But let's talk about it. We'll preview it. We'll break it down just a tad bit. We'll get to the prediction at the end of this video. Let me throw you a cool little stat that I found out about this game that I think is interesting. All right. This is the first time that these two teams will meet both undefeated since 1959. Thought that was pretty interesting. And especially when you think about the last couple matchups, even just last year, that heck of a game we had in Death Valley where it felt like LSU had no business winning that football game, and yet they did. I think we're going to see a lot of that again this year. Hence why the line sits at 1.5. It's in Oxford. It's going to be a great atmosphere. Trinidad Chambliss is starting at quarterback for the Rebels. Now, he's looked good thus far, thrown 4 touchdowns, no interceptions yet. The offense has been clicking, and really that's not the biggest fear for me, okay? Kewan Lacey and Harrison Wallace, both of those guys are going to be huge X factors offensively. Wallace, of course, in the receiving core has been electric. Interested to see what he does. Chambliss has loved targeting him. If he can get open against a good LSU secondary and a really good well-coached defense from Blake Baker over there, that's going to be interesting for me. The Ole Miss, we know their mantra has been offense, and that's Lane Kiffin for you. That's what they've been great at. I'm not going to spend too much time on the offense because really, for me, the biggest key in this is going to be Ole Miss's defense. They have to be able to halt LSU, to stop LSU. Now, LSU, this is an offense that hasn't performed really up to par, at least in terms of their talent thus far in this season, in my honest opinion. I thought last week was probably the most cohesive and most efficient they've looked offensively, by far the most comfortable that Nussmeier's looked. I think Joe Sloan has started to find a little bit of a rhythm with this offense, and that's a dangerous game. If this offense comes into this and they're clicking, right? If Caden Durham in that run game is moving, if Nuss is comfortable in the pocket, he can get Aaron Anderson involved early, Barian Brown involved early, Trey Green. There's loads of talent. It's how effective does Joe Sloan in this offense be? They got to stay ahead of the chains. It felt like even in the Florida game and in that Clemson game, like a first down incompletion or just that lack of efficiency on the ground really set them back, and then it just felt like teams were pinning their ears back and dialing up blitzes on them, and they could never really stay ahead of themselves. It felt like they were always stumbling. So curious to see how quick they come out the gates. There's plenty of film and really a blueprint for how to score against Ole Miss. We know Kentucky did it. We know Arkansas did it. That's not really the best unit on this team, so I'm very curious to see what Ole Miss's defense can do. Jaden Yates and TJ Daughtery for Ole Miss, those two linebackers, those guys are going to have to be all over the field, man. They have to. LSU loves the crossing routes. They love a lot of delayed screens. Aaron Anderson has speed. Barian Brown has speed. Nick Anderson, there's weapons all over the place. So those guys are going to have to be agile, quick, read things in coverage. They can stuff the run. There's a chance that this defense can find themselves stops. The biggest thing, they have to force turnovers. That's by far the biggest way to get them off the field, get the crowd into it, get some momentum and some energy, get your offense back on the field with good field position, and see what they can do. As for LSU guys, again, that offensive line is going to be the big thing. If they can find the run game and establish it, I just think that takes a lot of pressure off of Nuss. It's a road test. It's never easy to win on the road in the SEC. Again, hence why the line is favored towards Ole Miss, believe it or not. But an amazing matchup here. Really excited to see how Chambliss looks offensively yet again. He's looked very comfortable. I just think Lane Kiffin is a very quarterback-friendly, really coach and coordinator. I think the system that he runs offensively makes life easy for guys. So let's get to the prediction. Again, Ole Miss is favored. I like LSU in this football game. I like the momentum they have. I think Blake Baker's defense comes out and really kind of halts what Lane Kiffin wants to do. I think they put Chambliss in some situations where maybe some inexperience, at least at the SEC level. I know he's played, obviously, he's got experience at the college level, but in the SEC, I think this is a very fast, physical LSU defense, by far the star centerpiece of this team. I think they force turnovers. I think they play disciplined. They're going to make life extremely tough for them, especially in the passing game. Look, guys, I like LSU in this game. I think it's going to be close. I think playing on the road is never easy to do, but I do think the Tigers will take this one. I think they'll win this at least by, I'm taking at least a touchdown, really. I know the line's favored towards Ole Miss, so you're obviously all you got to do is take LSU outright if that's where you're leaning towards. That's where I'm leaning towards, and that's what I'm going with. So appreciate you guys for tuning in. Let me know what you think about this game. Super, super intriguing matchup. Appreciate you guys for tuning in, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.